Hello everyone, this is Moses from ZAATAR Gardens. I'm going to give you a grape update. Grapes. I have multiple varieties of grapes that I made with this trellis right here. I'll put a link in the video right now up here to show you a previous video of when I made it and some other updated videos on the grapes. It's about time for some of these varieties to be picked off. How I know that? I'm finding birds in the grapevines. That's never a good thing. I mean, I don't mind sharing though, but they've decimated this Thompson. That's all that's left. But you're going to see in a little bit that I got a lot more. Here's some Concords. Not ready yet, but I knew I had a problem with the Concords. I smelled sweet grape juice in the air. I smell it right now. It smells like Welch's grape juice. If you open it and smell it, I believe, no, it has to be. The grapes have to come from this. The grape juice has to come from Concord grapes because it smells exactly like it. And you can see they're starting to eat it. There's another bite right there. They're starting to eat it. So this is it has seeds in it. There's a Concord grape, I believe, that's seedless, but this has seeds in it. The grape seeds, I love eating them, so I don't mind it. The grapes go along the whole fence, all the way to that corner that you can see over there in that corner where the bricks are, and all the way this way. I also have multiple ones that I'm going to move. I planted cuttings here and over there. I planted cuttings, and obviously they grew, and I didn't even know what they were. I just pruned the grape plants and stuck them in the ground. But this is definitely flame seedless red grape. And I also have a dwarf grape. I'm going to show you those as well. Those are ready now. I'm going to show you this Thompson though they didn't get to. Look at how much I've already picked off. There's still more. Let me show you the clusters that you can get growing. Now what you're seeing here is diatomaceous earth. I had a little bit of white fly problem, but not anymore. I could just, rinse this off and we're fine. But you can see some of these clusters are just packed. Look at this. I can't even, when I'm grabbing it, I can't even find where the vine's connected. That's how dense this is. Look at all that. That's how these were too. I mean, look how dense that is. Isn't that amazing? Same thing with that one. Hi, Lulu. Say hi. She's getting that ground squirrel. You see the ground squirrel digging up a whole bunch. Here's a little side note on the flavor grenade Pluot. See all of them just growing like crazy. Make this a quick. Let's do ultra wide. You can see all of them, all the big clusters. Just full of fruit. Extremely delicious, by the way. Very delicious fruit. Almost ready. The dapple dandies will be ready in about 3 to 5 days. Those are packed in tight as well. You can see. Let me go over to the hey Lulu. She's always checking here for that squirrel. This right here, this huge vine that keeps on going to the edge, is a Manuka grape. It produced one humongous cluster, but decimated by the birds. There's still some grapes on it, but it's okay. Now, a little update with this Pixie grape, this dwarf grape. I'm going to take it out of a pot because I don't want any more pots anymore. These are papayas that I'm going to transplant, these two. Here's a purple tree color that I'm going to transplant. And that's a bay leaf that I'm probably going to give away, but it's really drought tolerant, so because today's going to be 102 and it really doesn't get affected by the heat too much as long as it gets enough water. Let me show you the clusters. Now imagine this is all the way around. There's the grape clusters of the Pixie grape. That's as big as they get. See how tiny it is? Here's my thumbnail compared to the grape size. That's it. Let me take one off. And that's it. There's your grape. Whoops. Jesus. That's it. And let me taste it. Little tart. I love that. I love that it's tart. You can see the whole. That's why I'm saying imagine the whole thing. Just the whole thing around. is like that. You see, when I do tours of my garden, you know, like I just recently this year planted mangoes. You know, I've had cherimoyas, moringas. Here's the moringa here. I chopped off 6 feet off of it to dry the leaves. You know, I have a white zapote, so forth and so forth and so forth. Coffee tree inside the house, everything. And the number one plant people want to stick to, keep talking about, asking questions about, is that dwarf grape. No matter what I grow, everybody wants to know about that grape. Here's the passion fruit. So hopefully they go to size. If they don't, I don't really care. This is for shade. And there's different varieties, as you can tell. Here's one compared to another one. And here are the elderberry protecting my papayas, moringas. Here's another moringa here. You see all the beautiful papayas, little forest of papayas. And here's one from last year. So online someone said on Instagram, if you're not following me on Instagram, please do. Same name, Zaatar Gardens. You could DM me there directly instead of this cumbersome YouTube format. I post there a lot, way more than I do on YouTube. So much easier. This is, someone on Instagram was telling me that they think this is a dwarf papaya because this is 2 years old now, almost about a year and a half, and it's not really growing. It died back. You can see how it died back in the winter, and then it forked out right there. So really cool stuff. I don't know, really beautiful leaves. They think because of how serrated it is, they remember seeing a dwarf papaya one time and it had serrated leaves like this, and it was really short like this. So this is not really growing much. And in about 20 minutes this will all be in the sun for about 7 hours. So I just finished picking off all the grapes off the Pixie grape, the dwarf grape. This is going to go on the ground this year. I don't want anything in pots anymore. You can see I broke a pot over here to get the plant out because it was bent in on the top. I couldn't get the plant out. Word of the wise, anybody who's going to buy a pot, let's say like this one, you might not want to buy it because it'll be hard to get your plant out unless you dig out the roots. But I'm going to show you right now how much production. Oh, and I have more. I got to cut more off. I'm going to show you how much production. This is really heavy for me to hold still. But as you can see, how much production this grape plant has created. This ultra wide might be weird. This is really heavy. So I'm going to do probably, because I can't eat all this, I'm going to be doing grape molasses again, which is linked up in the video on how to make that. And I used these grapes last time too. It may not look like much right now, but this is thousands of grapes in this bowl. So here's a quick update on the Dapple Dandy Pluot. You see how packed everything is. I don't really thin the fruit. I have a video on this as well, how I don't really thin Dapple Dandy. And this one's bad right here. Let me get that off. You see all the beautiful, beautiful fruit. Almost ready. I think they're ready now, to be honest. It just keeps going and going. And everything in arm's reach. Like you can see, little Dapple Dandy rainbow. Happy gardening.